Colts Nation, if helmets or helmet accessories interest you, make sure to go to greengridiron.com and use code INDSYN at checkout to get the discount code with it. Whether it's mini helmets, full-size helmets, visors, clips, whatever it may be, different face masks, different variations of helmets, alternate helmets, whatever the case, you can get it at Green Gridiron. And again, that's code INDSYN at checkout for the discount. Thanks for stopping by for another video, and now let's get into it. What's going on, Colts Nation? I appreciate you joining me for another video where today we're going to be talking a little bit about another possible trade. This came out yesterday while I was at the day job, saw that Cooper Kupp and the Rams told Cooper Kupp he's going to be traded as soon as possible. Now, they're going to try to find a trade partner. I was looking up the numbers of his contract to see, is this even a conversation to have? And if he was traded post June 1, right, they could have an agreement, but the paperwork not get filed until after June 1st, and they would have less dead money, and they would be able to save $20 million. Whereas if they end up trading him and putting paperwork in before June 1st, that's going to be $12.52 million in savings. So they end up getting another $7.5 million if they're able to do the paperwork after June 1st. But they are trying to find a trade partner now. Of course, the thing that makes this so difficult is his astonishingly high cap number at $29.78 million. Now, he only has $5 million guaranteed, $7.5 million roster bonus. Pro to signing bonus is $9.78 million. But the only guaranteed money in this season is at $5 million. So, but again, nonetheless, cap number $29.78 million, which is the exact same as it was for 2024. And obviously the Rams feel like that they have obviously Puka Nacua. He's a star of that team now. And it just feels like they're at a point with Cooper Kupp at his age. He's not the guy he was, and he's not worth the salary they just paid him. So it'll be interesting. In a trade, the only way that I see Cooper Kupp getting traded is if there's an agreement to restructure his contract, or maybe one of these teams, maybe the Patriots, right? A team like the Patriots with a ridiculous amount of salary cap space. Maybe a team like that has a bunch of space says, you know what, we'll take on this contract, put him around our young quarterback. A lot of teams with rookie quarterbacks on rookie deals. Obviously, Drake May would be one of those. And from our situation, of course, we have a quarterback on a rookie deal, and we can open up space, right? The guys that I think we could trade away to open up space, and you could even include some of those guys, or one of those guys, in this trade, right? I don't know the Rams' exact positions of need at this point, but maybe there's a chance you can throw a Braden Smith in. He probably makes too much money, but or a Samson Ebicom for 1 year to go and be a depth piece for that really good defensive line that they've built there in LA. But whatever the case, of course, the cap number is going to be the biggest issue here for Colts fans. And then obviously it's what do you even do with this guy if we did bring him in, which is a big part of this conversation. We have Pittman, Pierce, Downs, A.D. Mitchell, Anthony Gould. So if you bring Cooper Kupp in, obviously if he's making more money than Pitt, then you would expect him to be in the lineup. But with what Pierce just did, where does he even fit in? Which is really where this conversation goes. Because as much as this would be a good conversation to have, and bringing in Cooper Kupp would be really nice if he could still be himself. I do think there's still a little bit of Cooper Kupp there, right? I don't think the wheels fell out. I just think Puka Nacua became the guy on that team. But overall, you don't, when Pitt's healthy, you don't want to take him off the field. You don't want to take Pierce off the field. You don't want to take Downs off the field. And at least for me, right, you have A.D. Mitchell here, who I think needs to develop. I think he will get better, and I want him to be able to get on the field. I want Anthony Gould to be able to get on the field at some point, obviously punt returner, but it's just hard to see Cooper Kupp fitting in. And this is a conversation I sat here, and again, it'd be nice. I sat here for a while thinking, man, this is something that we should think about doing. And then I looked at the numbers and I thought, well, if he's making more than Pitt, almost $30 million, I just don't see this being a good option for the Colts, as much as I'd like it to be, right? We talked about Myles Garrett yesterday and making Myles Garrett a Colt. And of the two that we've talked about, boy, Myles Garrett by $1 million. again, I still think Cooper Kupp has some left. At least I hope so. He's on my dynasty team, and hope he still has some tread left on the tires. Right, you put him in a different situation. Again, put him on the Patriots, or you put him on a team like the Commanders. Putting him in that system. I don't know what their cap space is either, but I just think there's an avenue where Cooper Kupp can still be Cooper Kupp, but it's not with the Colts, right? And this is I haven't seen many Colts fans talking about this, but it's just something that came up, something that I thought a lot about, because Cooper Kupp, former Triple Crown winner, not too far removed from that point. So I just sat here and thought, man, I want this to happen, and again, for a while. Yeah, it was what I wanted to have happen until I looked at the numbers. Once I looked at the numbers, it was just too much, man. It's too much for a guy that's 31 years old, a guy that just got paid that same amount last year, but not anywhere near the production that you would hope from a guy that's making $30 million a year. So this is going to be a no-go for me and a yes on Myles Garrett. I know somebody was in the comments of the Myles Garrett video saying, how could we even do this? We do have the cap space. There are guys that are obvious, trade or release options to open up more cap space. Like by the end of it, we should be right around $55 million and open up cap space somewhere in that range. So we'll see what we decide to do. Again, Chris Ballard talking about changing his philosophy. So we'll see. Is there a more aggressive approach this offseason? How does he decide to go about it? Obviously, there has to be free agents that come in at some point. Will he decide to trade any of these guys that he could make free agents? Will he be able to trade them? Will he be able to trade any assets to bring anybody in, have not only competition, but bring in a higher level player and somebody that hasn't been in this building their entire career? That's got to be the objective through this offseason, and that's why we're having these conversations. I know we all sit here and think, and even I think, I'm with you guys. I don't think Chris Ballard is going to do anything, but he said he will. His job depends on it. We'll see what happens throughout this offseason. I think Shane's going to have more of a say in things, and so we'll see what ends up happening through this offseason. We'll keep things updated, and if there's anything else like this that comes out, right, guys that want to be on a different team that might be a good fit, hey, they might even not. I think it's important to have these conversations. I'd love to see what you guys are thinking, how you guys are feeling. You let me know down in the comments section. Of course, make sure you're subscribed with notifications on so you continue to get notified anytime we drop any content on this channel. Of course, appreciate you stopping by for another video. And as always, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and go Colts.